Welcome to Ascending Souls Journey. This is Lori Ann. I am an intuitive guidance life coach. I help people break through blockages and transform their lives. I'm also a psychic medium, so I help them in many areas of their life. Welcome to the show today. This is Spiritual Connections Live, where we go in each week. I answer people's personal, general questions for spiritual, along the lines of spirituality. Many of us have a lot of questions that we just don't know the answer to, especially when we're looking at talking to angels or how many planes are there to the other side. So a lot of these questions are really fabulous questions that you guys send in, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and I love doing this for you. Today's topic, the main topic, hi Mary. Today's main topic is how to know if somebody's thinking about you. So a lot of you are actually going through a true spiritual transformation, whether it was brought on by a soulmate, a romantic soulmate, or just yourself in general, choosing to make these changes in your life. And with all the planetary alignments, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what the heck is going on, because I don't know about you, but hi guys, hi Fran. It's been absolutely, 5-6 weeks of chaos for me. I'm talking all kinds of chaos. I write something, I turn around, and it's like the auto check did it on its own, right? One of the things that takes place when we're going through this type of a situation, Mercury just went, we just came out of it. It went direct on the 19th. So we've been going through Mercury in retrograde. We've also have the solar eclipse that took place, which is eliminating things. So Mercury in retrograde is thinking about situations and people of the past. So a lot of you may have actually been receiving some of these signs that I'm going to be talking about. So it'll definitely coincide with the planetary shifts and alignments that we've been and still are going through. Because now that Mercury is direct, now it's time to get rid of everything. Boom, everything, any situation, any type of person that is not resonating with us in our life. We're going to be removing them from our lives. Or better yet, for some of us, it just happens. It just happens. That person you've known for 10 years, all of a sudden you guys don't talk anymore. And you'll find this happens frequently as you look back in your life. Our life is actually a pathway. It is our actual chart. So whether we go one direction, which is what we're meant to do, or we take a turn and we take the long detour and we start looking at all the scenery, and then we get caught in this, which leads us off our path, right? Well, how to know when someone's thinking about you? First one is unexplainable emotions, okay? And many of you may have actually experienced this over the last several weeks, or absolutely right now as well. When you're with somebody, I'll give you an example. If you're with somebody, or just say you're sitting by yourself, sitting in your bed alone at night, getting ready. Thank you, Joy. Getting ready to, thank you to everybody who donates to my channel. Sometimes I forget. I am so truly appreciative of it. I truly am. Sometimes I simply forget because I try to answer all your questions. So we're in bed. We're all of a sudden, and we're watching TV, or we're thinking about something that is pleasurable, something that we are truly engaged in our lives, and all of a sudden we get this, and a lot of you going through the soulmate journey know what I'm talking about. You get this inner pull, you get this feeling of somebody else's energy around you. And what I mean by that, you may have it in the center of you. Okay, so the heart is on the left side, as you guys all know. The soul is directly to the right. It's in the center. It's in alignment with your chakras. So if you go down the center of you, in between both of the breasts, that's where the soul exists. So you may be feeling from the soul or from the solar plexus this feeling, this pulling, or all of a sudden you feel panicked, anxiety, you feel like you want to cry and you don't know why, you don't know where it's coming from, because you're in a good place, you're doing really good, you're thinking about you, you're thinking about your life, and bam, there it is. You could be in a social setting with your friends, having dinner, having drinks, laughing, giggling, all of a sudden you just want to cry, or you just get angry and you don't know where this is coming from. Unexplainable, uncontrollable emotions can come through us, right? When one eye is itching, okay? Now this can mean a couple, and it can be actually, it's not just the eye, it's different parts of our body. If you are aware that you have no condition, of course, no medical condition, you're not allergic to anything or anyone, you can have itching. Now, it's not the itching that you guys see me do when I'm itching here and here. That's not it. That's because I am deeply, deeply connected at that time. Because we are all connected, but the stronger the connection, the more energy, electricity is what it feels like. This is regular itching. So you might start itching. Now, this can go positive or negative, you guys. Sometimes, like for a woman, if the left eye of a woman is itching, then somebody's actually praising her. Somebody is thinking positive about her. But if it's the right eye, that's somebody thinking very negative about her. And for a man, it would be the complete opposite. Now, the next one is you want somebody to be near you. So you're doing your own thing, and then all of a sudden you start thinking of this person. You really, really want that person. And this is on any level. This can be anyone, not just romantic, in all of these categories, you guys. Anybody. I mean, I'm thinking of my mom all of a sudden out of the blue, and I know she's thinking of me. Well, I know that because I just know, but she's thinking of me. She wants me to contact her. And this has been going on for almost my entire adult life, where I could feel that pull from her. But she wants me to be near her. So all of a sudden I feel like maybe I need to go see my mom. And sometimes when we have people that pass away, they can connect with us. They'll be thinking about us just before they pass away. So you'll have this instant, oh, I need to go see my sister. I need to go, I actually need to go see them. And that's what it is. You're picking up on their energy, because we are all connected. All of us are connected, whether we have the ability to turn it on, turn it off. It's always there for us at all times. And oftentimes we don't even know we're doing it, unless you are aware that you know that you are connected. When you can't stop smiling. You know how like when you meet somebody new and you're at home and you're just in a really good mood, you're dinking around in the kitchen or the garage, playing with your toys or cooking, and you can't stop smiling. Just walking down the street, you're just smiling, and you don't even realize that you're doing it. The majority of the time, that is the other person thinking of you, because they're attracted to you. And on a subconscious level, because we're connected, we can feel that. So we exude that outward in a smile. So it's kind of cool, I think. Now here's one that I've had happen a lot. In my younger life, I did. Okay, cheeks burning. You guys ever feel your cheeks like really super hot and you don't know why? You're not sick? As long as there's no medical condition, chances are somebody's thinking about you. But it's not in a positive sense. It's in a negative sense, as if somebody just slapped you on the cheek. So they're actually most likely talking about you, and it's in a negative content. Burning and itching ears. Your ears burn, itching ears. Okay, somebody most likely has a crush on you, or they definitely are attracted to you. They want to get to know you. Yeah, you guys have experienced that, right? I think we all have, but your ears will just start burning. And when I was young, I remember people saying that. I was like, what the heck are you talking about? But it is true. It really is true. Another one is sneezing. When you find yourself sneezing and you don't know, it's no allergies, it's not that season, and you just start sneezing, achoo, achoo, achoo. Somebody's actually could be thinking of you, and it is in a positive way. That's about them missing you. And because we're connected, bam, it comes through in the senses. You see, our connection is through the third eye right here. Comes through the crown chakra from above, and the third eye is the connection. We are connected to everybody. That's why you see me do that all the time, because this is where the connection is. And so it affects our ears, our nose, our throat. Because another one of the signs is if we're eating and everything's fine, you don't feel ill, none of this, you don't feel ill in any of these that I'm talking about. And you start choking, or you feel like your throat is kind of closed up a little, you can't swallow. That can definitely mean that somebody is thinking about you and talking about us. So on a subconscious level, on that energetic level, we're picking up on it. And that can be positive or negative. Typically, well, it can go either way. Actually, it can be positive or negative, depending. It could be, an old friend from school that you had a fight with, and they're thinking of you, talking about you to their friends 10 years ago, from 10 years ago. Sudden goosebumps. So you know how you get those little goosebumps all over you, and it just comes from out of nowhere? And you guys who have seen ghosts, who have experienced the presence of an invisible, unseen being around you, those goosebumps, okay? Sometimes those goosebumps are actually because somebody is thinking of us and they find you very attractive normally. Sometimes it can be in a negative sense as well, but usually it's in a positive way. And telepathy. Those of you going through the journey, you know what I'm talking about. We actually can talk to our soulmate while we are in a day state or a dream state. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can be cleaning in your kitchen and all of a sudden your soulmate is talking to you, the telepathic communication. That also is a strong indication that they're thinking of you, because you're actually having a conversation with them. And that can be on any level, not just a romantic level. And dreams. Those dreams that you guys have, those crazy dreams that you guys have, a lot of those is because they are thinking of you. Now, that could be that they are actually dreaming of you at the same time, and both of you are picking up on each other's energy, and that's when you typically find that you're talking to each other in the dream, and you remember the dream. For those of you going through a spiritual transformation, you could actually be having a true conversation with them, where when they wake up in the morning, if you were to call them and talk to them and tell them I had you in a dream and they said I did too, you were most likely having a telepathic communication while you were sleeping. So yeah, these are really cool signs, and I bet a lot of you have really been experiencing that heavily over the last several weeks, and it may continue for the next week or two moving forward, because yeah, we're in the solar eclipse. But the planetary alignments that are going on right now is all about review and removing anything that does not resonate with our lives. Yeah, they're crazy dreams. Yeah, absolutely. So I have some questions that you guys have sent in to me. Now, I do want to let you know that if I don't address your question today, because I only have a couple of them, and it's been over 2 weeks, please resend them to me and put spiritual connections or a question for the live show, because I may have missed it. I may have accidentally filed it away in one of my folders and missed it, and I don't want to miss your questions. So send them to AscendingSoulsJourney@gmail.com. So one of the questions I have, it's really kind of a cool question, you guys, and you may have actually experienced this recently. The question is, I have a ringing in my left ear, which you guys know what that means. I have a ringing in my left ear, and recently I heard a loud bang. Hi, how are you? I heard a loud bang in my ear, as if it was like a big bell that dropped on the ground, and it just had a little echo and then it went away. And they're wondering what this is. Why did that happen? Well, for those of you who are not aware, the ringing in the ear is exactly what you're going through, the spiritual transformation. If you've got ringing in your ear, if you're seeing the repetitive numbers, 11, 11, 12, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, etc., repetitive numbers, you most likely are going through a transformation where you are being pushed by the universe, by God, to eliminate negative aspects from you, within you, about you, and around you, on all levels, inside of us and outside of us. But that noise that you heard, and this is from Jason, okay, Jason, that noise that you heard is a shift, okay? When you hear that, and we don't hear them very often, but that's an actual shift. So you are going through a spiritual transformation, and you just went through a major healing process where you have now shifted into a different level within you, in a higher vibrational level. So when I talk about vibrational status, you know, when we're meeting somebody and it's negative, that's a low vibration. A high vibration is that person you meet where they're really, really happy, they're really excited and authentic. That's a high vibration. So as you go through this journey and you begin to heal and release, after so much of it has taken place, enough to equal an actual shift in you. So you've eliminated something, someone, or some type of a circumstance around you or about you. Sometimes it's us as well, but you've graduated to a higher shift. So I think that's really awesome. What if your ear rings, but you hear only a ring? That's what I was talking about. That's the spiritual transformation. You're going through a spiritual awakening when you hear that ringing. Typically the ringing, most of the time, it is in the left ear. Okay, I have met some that have it in the right ear, but it's not. I should ask if they are right or left-handed. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I haven't asked, but I'll find out. But that's exactly what that is. And the next question, right? You're right. Why do you talk about self-nurturing? If we are with our partner, shouldn't the nurturing between the two of us be enough? I don't know. What do you guys think about that? How do we love another person if we don't have self-love? Self-nurturing is part of self-love. Self-nurturing isn't just getting a massage. That is part of it. What that massage, like in the tarot cards, there's some of the tarot cards talk about taking care of you, nurturing yourself, and go get a massage or a bath or a sea bath or something. Oh, I have angel cards. That's where it came from, which is really beautiful. But self-nurturing goes much deeper than just the bath or the massage or pedicure. This actually is about self-love. So in order to be in a healthy relationship. Oh, we're on 144. We're on track. I'm talking the right stuff here. In order to be in a healthy relationship, you need to be healthy. They need to be healthy. Healthy begins with self-love. Self-love is self-nurturing. We nurture ourselves to create that love, to bring that inner love and joy back. So that's a really good question. It truly, truly is. Because a lot of people are confused about self-nurturing, self-love, and don't understand. Most of the people I talk to, many of my guidance clients, they don't know what self-love and self-nurturing really is all about. And honestly, a lot of people just don't. But it's so important. That's how we learn what kind of person we want, what we want to do with our life, who we really are, what we want to go forward into in the future. So that's all starts with knowing who we are. Self-love, created by self-nurturing. Okay, I'm not going to answer questions about dreams, like analyze your dreams, London, that, okay. If you guys want to ask questions right now, I'd be so happy to answer them. Yeah, tell us a story. If any of, hi, Robin. If any of you guys have experienced any of the signs that I was talking about, as far as somebody thinking about you. Okay. When you're going through the soulmate journey, you are going to think of your soulmate all the time. Sometimes that is an indication from the universe to you to redirect your focus and focus on your healing. Sometimes it will be your soulmate trying to communicate with you. It's, yes, this is live right now. Only static. Well, Julia, the statics, Julia's saying she only has static in her right ear. Listen real close. If that static that you're hearing sounds like a high frequency pitch, some people, it's just easier to say that it's a ringing in the ear. Because there is a little ringing typically in the background, but it's a high frequency pitch, like on a sci-fi movie, you know, just that weird sound. You're getting the ringing. Oh yeah, Sarah, I know it's weird. It's amazing how loud that ringing is, but we can hear a little mouse crossing the floor at the same time, right? How would you know if your wife is really your twin flame? Well, twin flames are very complex and they do not happen in every lifetime. There is a soulmate, there is a life partner, and then we have a twin flame. The twin flame is when the soul was created and split in half. One person, the male, gets this, the male gets half a soul, and the female energy gets the other half of the soul. Together, they're whole. That's called the yin and the yang. That's the true yin and yang. Now, soulmates come in all different levels. They come in, they can be your mother, they can be your brother, they can be a banker, they can be your boss or a best friend, or a romantic partner, a lover, an actual partner that you're with. Soulmates come in every level, and soulmates are put here on earth to help us get back on path. They are literally planted throughout our charting, if you guys ever had a chart done. And that's a really good way too for, I was talking to one of my guidance clients, to know that you're getting the correct answers from any psychic. So those of you that are talking to me, and when you say, oh, I remember so-and-so said that before, most likely because we're picking it up off your chart. That means it's destined for you, okay? So when you're getting the same answer, yes, he's going to contact you. Yes, she's going to show up. Trust in that. Trust in that. Because you do have the power to change that outcome if you continuously contact your soulmate or your partner. So, okay. I'm ready for another question laid on me. I only had 2 personal questions, or private. Let's call it private, because I don't answer your personal questions. You can book a reading for that on AscendingSoulsJourney.com. While I got you guys, while you're typing out your questions for me, the soulmate journey, and you have to do it in small, because I have a small device that I'm looking at. I can only read a couple lines at a time. If you put a big paragraph, I'm going to get through 2 or 3 lines and that's it. So I didn't catch that, whatever you wrote. Those of you who are in the soulmate journey, I made an error when I spoke about it. So there is a class, the soulmate journey class. This is transformation. So even if you are going through a spiritual transformation, you definitely, if you want to know the answer to that, please book a reading. You definitely want to partake in this class, because it's going to explain to you all the different phases, all the different stages of what you're going through and why you're going through it, and where you're going to end up at the end of your journey, no matter how long of a time it is, where you're going to wind up. So the first date is Tuesday, August 28th at 3:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So it's just, this starts at 4 to give you guys an idea of your time. I don't want to look up the time frame for you guys, so you can have to do that. And it's a 4-week series, so it's an hour, maybe a little bit longer, depending on any questions that anybody has, but it'll be 4 Tuesdays in a row. I decided to do a second one for you guys because not everybody can do that time, and we want to help everybody as much as possible. So I'm having another session on Friday, September 14th. That will be the first of the 4-week series on that end. Now, I need you guys, if you're going to be in the August 28th, I have several people. I want you to go ahead and send that in now because we want to make sure we get there, get you in there. How do you get, oh, yeah, you might want to do this. If you're asking me questions about your soulmate, I assure you, you want to do the class. You want to do the class because that is going to explain everything in great detail on your journey, okay? Okay, that would be a personal question that I can definitely answer in a private reading. Okay, you guys, so if you don't have any questions for me, hello. Okay. I see 1111 everywhere. What does that mean? I answered that just a few minutes ago in the beginning of this segment, about 5-10 minutes ago. 1111 is a sign you are going through. You've just entered into a spiritual transformation, a spiritual awakening, where your soul needs to align with your conscious mind. And it is a very complex, it's easy, it's simple. Well, it's not easy. It's very simple, but it's very challenging to go through. And there's a lot of things that take place, and that's why I created the class. So I would be so happy to go explain that to you. 1111, Debbie is still part of that series of the transformation. And you guys, if you're seeing these repetitive numbers, you want to look them up. I didn't see whose name that was, but you're seeing light in the corner of your eyes. If you turn around and the light's gone, and it moves, okay, if I'm sitting here and I have a lamp, which I have a lamp right here, so when I move my eyes this way, I can see that little white light. That's coming from the light. But when you see a white light and you turn your eyes, and when you go back to exactly where you were, and it moves, okay, it moves around, that can be an orb. That can vary, and most likely is an angel, okay? Okay, Amber, Amber's asking about the pressure over her third eye and a pop. Now that can be one of two things. One, you may have a sinus infection. Sorry, but that is the truth, okay? Because it can affect right here because our sinuses do encompass the third eye area. Or two, you may have had a download of information from above, because what they do when they download anything that you need to look at, they're going to download through the top of your crown chakra, and it comes through your third eye. So that pop is like, there you go. And now you may actually be able to have that broader connection. Those of you who've got my meditation video, you know what I'm talking about. You are starting to see amazing things. You're starting to see dreams. You are really starting to click. And that's why that meditation video was created. Yes, it de-stresses you. Yes, it calms you down. Yes, it definitely helps you sleep. For those of you who are panicked and find my voice very soothing, it will calm you down almost instantly. Because if I calm you down, it will instantly calm you down. And you guys know that I love each and every one of you, and I truly, truly do. But that is a very good sign of that. And I missed that last question. I'm sorry. Itching on the left top of the forehead. I I'm not getting that it means anything. I didn't see that. You have a blue orb around you. Orb is still, it can be an actual, it can be a guardian angel when you see a blue orb. Sometimes it can be a regular angel, but a lot of times that blue one is a guardian angel. So if you have called upon Archangel Michael, those of you, when you're having mechanical problems, when you're having chaos in your life, Archangel Michael, he is the big protector, and he's there to help you. He'll help you fix your plumbing. He'll help you fix your cars. He'll even help you with money and love, but he's not the primary one that you will call for love. But if you called on him and you saw a blue orb, I assure you that's who it was that you just saw. 11, 11, and 44. Yeah, that's good. Look those up. And those of you who have just joined, if you're asking about what I've already repeated, you can, as soon as I'm done, you can instantly go back and watch the show. I'm experiencing fear inside of me, like, yep, you're going through awakening. I didn't catch the last line, but yes, you are going through an awakening. What if you have burning straight through down the chakras? Ooh, look at you go, girl. So Fran was asking that question. That's major healing, Fran. That's major healing within you when it goes through the chakras. This burning sensation is an opening of a chakra. That's what it feels like. You'll have intense pain. So oftentimes when our chakras, when we have an injury, let's say we those people who have been heartbroken, that's in your heart chakra, right? So our heart chakra is closed, or definitely you guys can relate to this when your throat, somebody out there, their throat is hurting really, really bad. And I'm not sure who it is, but I'm picking up on their energy. So the throat gets really tight and it kind of hurts. That's your throat chakra. So if you recall, maybe a moment in your life when you needed to talk to somebody and you were a little bit afraid to talk to them, and you were afraid to get those words out, you would have had this shut down, okay? So when we have severe trauma, when we are going through a transformation, letting go of the old and coming into the new, better version of you, because when we're on our spiritual path, we're better, we're bigger, we're brighter, right? When those chakras open up, you will feel that burning sensation. So if it were your throat, hypothetically, you'll feel the pain, you'll feel the tension, really tight. Maybe that's you I'm picking up on, Fran. But it's really tight in here, but then all of a sudden it's like a burning, and then poof, it's not. And that's when you will, right after you will vocalize yourself. When you tell somebody off, it doesn't have to be in a bad way. It just means that you are standing up for yourself. You're speaking who you are. You're speaking your truth. And that's what I mean by that when I say that in those readings. Speaking your truth. Being honest about how you think, how you feel, your opinion. So it's only when we don't speak up, the throat gets real tight. It happens in all the chakras. So yeah. All right, you guys, I hope that this has been of some help for you. You're so welcome. Advice to clear. I do give advice. You definitely can book a guidance call, and I will be happy to give you advice on that. Because that is when we're talking about clearing blockages, that's specific. I'm tapping into a lot of people's energy. You guys are sending, let me explain to you what happens on these shows. Whenever I do a live show, especially a live show, and those of you who are joining into the soulmate journey, right, that's coming up, I'm going to have all your energy there. Those of you who've gone through the psychic development programs that I offer, you can feel other people's energy. So I feel every one of your energies coming at me. I hear people telling me, can you answer this? Can you answer this? That's why I get a little bit like, stop asking me the question, because I get a ton of them. But this isn't a free reading for everybody. This is about spirituality. This is about finding out spiritual situations. Anything personal, like when your soulmate's going to come back, his name is Jonathan, you need to book a reading for that, because I need to tap into yours and only your energy, not everybody else's. That's why I don't want to do that. It's not that I'm not capable, it's exhausting. And I'm volunteering, I'm donating this hour or 40 minutes of my time every week for you guys. So I need to make sure I have energy for other things. When psychics give readings, it doesn't matter what kind of a psychic you are. It can be an empath where you're picking up energy. Anytime we're picking up energy from anybody, when we're tapping into other people, those of you who are healers, you know what I'm talking about. It's exhausting because the transference of energy to hone in, and the more detail a psychic is able to give you, the more energy that psychic is exhausting in order to catch that detail. So it's very exhausting. And yeah, so you're sorry you don't know how you found me. I'm sorry. You don't have to come back. Hi from England. Hello, England. I'm sorry you're grieving. Are you grieving over you or a loss of a loved one? Okay, you guys. So again, if you're interested in the soulmate journey transformation, if you're going through a transformation, if you want to find out what it's all about, enroll now. It starts on Tuesday, August 28th at 3:30, and the next one will be on September 14th. That's a Friday night. I figured all of you that when I went through my journey, I was home every Friday night. I did not want to go out. I didn't want to socialize. I didn't want to be around people. So I thought I would try out the Friday night, try and get different groups of you to help you guys out. So send that information if you're interested to Ascending Souls Journey. I'm very sorry for your loss. Send that to AscendingSoulsJourney@gmail.com, and I will communicate with you and get you set up. Namaste. Have a wonderful day, you guys. Much love.